Good afternoon. This is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 3204 Southwest Mitchell Court here in Portland. We're located in the garage, kind of at the rear corner of the garage. We have a 3-inch ABS cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. Okay, here at 66 feet, it looks like we've got two separate branches of the line that come out here. Here's our Y connection, and we're going to move the camera over to another cleanout and scope the rest of the line. Hey,
in
we're
the middle of something at work. Well, they're going out of town tomorrow. Yeah.
reeling the camera out, moving over to the other clean out, or the main line clean out for the rest of the home. Everything we just scoped there is in fantastic shape and has great flow. Here, we've now moved up to the rooftop here. We haven't been able to find a clean out. What we scoped there was a line put in for an addition. That's why it was all brand spanking new looking. The rest of the line, though, appears to be original. Anyway, we're going to go through the vent here and hopefully have some luck getting out. We're going to zero the camera counter out at down here at the base of the vent right here. And here we go. We're going to keep moving pretty quickly here just to get through all the twists and the turns. All right, transitions here over to 6-inch concrete. We went past a tie-in a moment ago, which is more than likely the clean out with this line, as it just transitioned shortly thereafter to concrete. Alright, we do have a root intrusion here at 35 feet out. More roots here at 38 feet. The aggregate is showing through down the flow line as well. Alright, more roots here at 59 feet. Now you start getting root intrusions throughout the line like this. It becomes less cost effective to do spot repairs, and ends up being cheaper almost. It just makes more sense to end up updating the whole thing. We have a pretty good separated joint we just went past there as well. Not that the line is not still functioning, but given the roots and the aggregate rock showing through here, we've got one or two pretty separated joints. The line's getting pretty close to the end of its lifespan here. We've got a massive root ball coming through here that very, very large root intrusion. This might be about as far as we're going to be able to get here if we can't get over the roots. At this point, with the amount of root intrusion throughout the line, I would recommend a full update to the sewer line. There's no reason at this point to spot repair that stuff. You'd just be doing too many holes for it to even make sense. And we are pretty darn close to stopping up here. It's getting extremely hard to push the camera. And that's going to be our, well, hold on, it might pop around this here. Yeah, that's going to be our stopping point there at 82 feet. I'm going to go locate and get this marked. I'll start mapping it out with white paint all the way back to the cast iron clean out or transition point. I recommend a full update of the sewer line from the cast iron transition all the way out to the end of homeowner responsibility or at the main lateral, wherever it may be. In Multnomah County, it's usually at the curb though. Alright, just located the camera head. We're about 2 feet beyond the street curb, so in Multnomah County, or in fact we are in Multnomah County, this is into city responsibility here. So you may want to contact them to let them know that their portion of their line looks like it's intruded as well with a bunch of roots. And I've got to double check the depth here. My locate's bouncing between 9 and 11 feet out there. So either way, it looks like it's deep. I have put a white X out in the street. And we're going to do locates here about every 15, 20 feet or so. Now I would look into the possibility of doing an epoxy liner on this. It appears that if you were to trim all the roots out of the way, you'd have a line with basically proper slope and grade. We'll see where this thing runs underneath. It goes underneath a bunch of concrete. I'd highly recommend looking into that repair process. The only trick there is you do have a Y connection from the addition that comes into it. So that's a spot you may actually have to dig up no matter what to fix. Alright, we're in the yard area now. I'm getting located about 5 feet deep here at 65 feet. I also wanted to mention, there was one spot on the way out where there was some pretty significant roots where there's possibly a tie-in. And I'm not just talking about the one for the addition. It's possible this could be a party line. It looks like a neighbor's clean-out is on property, off to the left side of the property, kind of kitty corner to the front left corner of the house. There's the potential for this to be a party line, so make sure you look into all that. Generally, records are going to show whether there's a party line connection here, and given the age of the line, it wouldn't surprise me. Alrighty, I mentioned it before, make sure, based on the locate, where I located the Y connection from the addition, where that tied onto the concrete line, that I remember locating probably 5 to 10 feet or so away from where I'm locating this particular line here. So I would say that there is a decent chance that addition could actually be tying onto the neighbor's line coming through the property. I haven't been able to confirm that. Unfortunately, I'm running low on time here to start troubleshooting all that stuff, but definitely pull records and look into it. As in Multnomah County, party lines are usually not looked at very nicely. They often result in entire lines being torn out and redone. Alright, I just pushed the camera just past the cast iron here to get a better locate signal. We're at 4 feet deep. I have marked this with a white T. It's about 3 feet or so in front of the front door stairs. Now, it does appear that there is a clean out, but it's underneath the staircase in front. Now, we're coming back through the crawl space at this point. We're going to go ahead and reel all the way out. All the cast iron pipe we've seen here appears to still be in good shape. Still has good flow. Everything else, though, is ready for an update. And again, I can't stress enough, look into the party line situation. When reviewing the video, I want to say it's right around 60 or 70 feet out. There is a spot where you've got double root intrusions back to back. They're the big ones that are circular in shape around the whole joint. I think there is a tie-in there. And given where that clean out is on property, it's angling right towards, at least looking into it, it's doing a straight shot toward this line, and given where I've located that Y connection for the addition, it looks to me like the addition may have been tied on to the neighbor's line, possibly. Again, I'm running out of time here. I've been here for a couple hours already, and unfortunately I'd have to come back to try and diagnose any more. But anyway, I recommend a full update from 30 feet all the way out to at least, it's about 80 feet to the curb. And typically in Multnomah County, once you're at the curb, the rest of the line out in the street is the city's problem. And the depths are ranging from 4 feet deep, right at the cast iron transition. And we're getting near around, once I get out into the street, the locates get a little funky. Once I pull back from the curb about 15 feet, the depth's hovering closer to about 5 or 6 feet. So you probably want to call for locates on this one. There might be something affecting the locator out near the roadway, like utilities or something. And then I would also, because a portion of this does go underneath the driveway, that's often the most expensive part of these repairs, I would look into doing a epoxy liner. Based on the flow I've seen in there, I think if you got the roots trimmed out of the line, you'd be able to do a liner on this thing and hopefully avoid digging up the concrete. But I would look into that, all different types of repair processes, and definitely get a rescope done after the repair is done.